Good morning, everybody. Out for the morning walk with the animals, except Stitch is missing today. He's out popcatting, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, got some updates for you on the trials, and Tootsie sees a neighbor. Oh, stay tuned. Everybody, crafting journey here. That journey chick on Instagram and the leftovers on my other channel. Look down in the description and you'll find a link to the other channel. Look, I have another diamond painting in front of me. I did finish the other one. Let me show you. Before I show you though, don't forget to hit the like button. He did help me finish this painting. What an incredible weekend. I got so much done while watching all the different crafts during the craftathon. 48 hours of crafts with a little break overnight, Sunday night, Saturday going into Sunday. But oh my God, so many incredible creators. I will include the playlist down in the description. Copy the link and you can sit and watch anybody or everybody that you would like. There's a lot of new people in there. Check them out. Oh, wow. You might find somebody that you actually really, really love. I did. So here is what I finished. It's finished, guys. Look. Doop. There we go. Finished. Isn't that pretty? The chickens. Look how many sheep there were. Oh my gosh, I couldn't believe how many sheep there are. Yep. So what I've done, I've gotten out the Black Lab. That is a piece of artwork by Barrett Biggers, offered by Diamond Art Club. And it's one that I started several months ago before the event. And I want to finish it up because I have the matching cat now too. And I want to do the cat. And you're like, but Rebecca, see your landscapes. This Black Lab has a landscape within its body. It's the coolest thing ever. I'll put a picture of what the final product should look like here so you get an idea of what I'm talking about. Oh my goodness, so much going on. Today is the funeral for Queen Elizabeth, the late Queen Elizabeth, and I had it on for a little while. It started my time, 5:30 a.m., and of course I was sound asleep. I was so exhausted from this weekend. I went to bed at 9:30 last night, and yeah, I woke up about 7, and then I watched them putting the coffin from the carriage that it was on into a vehicle and driving out of London. But I got to see the entire family. They were gathered there, including the great-grandchildren. Oh, so cute. Little, what is his name? William and Charlotte. Oh, adorable kids. Adorable. So I put some of my Great Escape papers here. Yep, for my event. Let me turn the light pad off. Maybe you can get a better sense of the painting that way. This is just the bottom half of the lab, and you can see the trees and the landscape. See the tree coming out of his paw. It's pretty cool. And I've added a little bling. These are stones here. I don't think I have dog hair. I haven't gotten to where there's some people, I think, underneath this release paper. I have a link down in the description to Crafts with Crashley, who sells these release papers, so you want to check that out. All right, yeah, so what a weekend. I did an hour of watercolor painting on Saturday and an hour of crochet on Sunday, and I did last night while chit-chatting with my bestie Mickey. I finished the hat. So I do want to add a pom-pom here. This is going to be gifted to my friend up in Alaska, AK Rose. But now I have plenty of yarn left to extend the scarf. So here's the scarf. I want to make it longer, and so I'll do that, and then I'll send that up to my friend. So yeah, I got a lot done this weekend. I really did. Including with my store, the leftover store. Check out, I put up a new video, so check out that channel. The link is down in the description. So let's talk about crafting and crime. Yes, well, I'd be remiss if I didn't tell you that it's National Talk Like a Pirate Day. So, Ari matey. Yeah, that's it. I'm done. Okay, let me put the light pad back on. Well, we talk about crime, true crime. This is a tray from Tiggs Creations, Tiggs Creations, one of the Great Escape event sponsors. So, first let's talk about the George Wagner case. So, on Friday, they had a criminal investigator from the Bureau of Criminal Investigation. And he's like one of the top guys for doing criminal investigations, a crime scene investigator. And the prosecution meticulously walked him through every single piece of evidence, every photograph from the first crime scene, which is where Christopher Sr. and his brother Gary were murdered. And when I say meticulously, I mean all day. They're not done with direct examination. Yeah. So the first thing that this guy said when he arrived on the scene was that he noticed that there were bullet holes in the home surrounding the door, the main front door. Then he talked about, when he entered the home, the first thing he saw was this bloody footprint. And he said it stood out to him because there was no pattern of wear on this footprint. And we now know later on, we've come to find out that Angela Wagner, George's mother, had gone to Walmart, purchased brand new sneakers, and that's what they wore. That's why there's no wear pattern on this bloody footprint. So he got that as evidence. Now, here's the thing, though. This guy was on the stand all day long talking about one crime scene, and the prosecution says that they're going to do this with each and every crime scene. So this poor jury is going to become so bored. And there's the big so what factor, because nothing that they've said or nothing that anyone has heard has said this is tied to George Wagner. So I'm sure the jury is still thinking, okay, so why is George sitting there? please let us know. But it's going to be a very long case because of there are 4 different crime scenes. So we just still going through the first one. So I imagine when they finish today, when they assemble again today, they will finish the direct examination. Then there'll be the cross-examination, the recross. And who knows where it will go from there. I don't know if they're going to move on to the next crime scene or, I have no idea. Where was I on here? Ah, here we go. I found my place. Then the Alex Jones trial. They've had the same witness on for 3 days. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday was the corporate representative for InfoWars. And one of the things that she did admit was that following the Sandy Hook massacre, where Alex Jones claimed that it never happened and that the parents were all crisis actors, the revenue for InfoWars increased from, they got anywhere from over $100 million to even up to $1 billion in revenue following that massacre. And I don't know if she's still going to be on the stand today. Oh man, I don't know. It's just so painstaking. Now I have the Murdoch family update. It's Murdoch Monday. Yes, I have an update. So apparently it has been leaked that there is high velocity blood splatter that is linking Alex Murdoch to these murders. Apparently on the shirt that he had on that night, there is high velocity blood splatter on it. And there will be an expert that will testify that that's different than just, had he gone to them and tried to see if they were alive and he got blood on his shirt. That's different than blood splatter. So that's very damning evidence, because he says that he has a rock solid alibi, that he was nowhere near the murders of his wife and son when they occurred, that he was 20 minutes away watching a game show with his mother. who has Alzheimer's. She was bedridden, has a caretaker. He was at her bedside watching a game show. Okay. How did you get high velocity blood splatter on your shirt? Interesting to note that just prior to the murders of Paul and Maggie, the Murdoch family was under an investigation for their finances. There was a special statewide grand jury assembled to look at the Murdoch family finances. And that is a rabbit hole, I will tell you that. So, an update also, which is related to the Murdoch family murders, on the Bowen Turner case. As you recall, and I'll put a link to the Bowen Turner episode, this is also out of South Carolina and relates to the corruption that occurs in the South Carolina justice system. Well, Bowen Turner was alleged to have raped 3 different women. The first woman we don't know anything about because Bowen was juvenile. The records are sealed and the victim chose not to talk to the media. The second victim, her name was Dallas. Bless her heart, she could not handle the bullying that occurred after she accused him of rape, and she eventually took her own life. Then the third victim. So what the justice system did, the prosecutor drops the charges for rape against Dallas because he says, we don't have any witness to testify. Well, there was an eyewitness that saw him raping her. Like, they come up, they're looking for her because she had gone to this party. They knew she was drunk. She had wandered off. They go looking for her. They find in the woods, they come upon Bowen Turner on top of her. He gets up, pulls his pants up, and then runs away. I think that's pretty good evidence, but they chose to drop the charges. Then the third case, they downgraded the charges to an assault. So he never served any jail time. So following, and I'm not going to take the full credit for this because I don't have that many subscribers, but a lot of YouTubers and a lot of media caught on to this story, the Bowen Turner story, and it got national attention to the point where the lead prosecutor said, I'm going to take another look at this Dallas case and possibly reopen the Dallas case. I think that's huge. That's huge. And I know a lot of you left comments that it wasn't right that he got away with, just because she killed herself, he shouldn't get away with it. And I agree. And apparently so did this prosecutor. So it will be reevaluated. Let's put it that way. And I'll keep you posted on that. Am I done with this symbol? I think, well, almost. Almost. Yep. Okay. So today resumes the case of George Wagner and Alex Jones, and I will, of course, keep you posted on that all week long. Tonight, I'm going to be doing a gaming live stream, Disney's Dreamlight Valley Part 4. You want to tune into that. It's a walkthrough. If you're new to the game, you might want to catch up by watching episode 1 and going through to episode 4. But if not, just tune in. It's not hard to catch on with what's going on. And if you have questions, during the live, I can walk you through. I think I'm done with this symbol. Okay. All right. So here's the other thing I did this weekend. Yes, I got my new planner in for next year. It's a happy planner, and I went with the flowers. Being the watercolor, doing the watercolor and doing the flowers, I'm just in love. I don't need this. It's a dashboard layout. I love the dashboard layout. So we could actually put here, okay, this book belongs to, we're going to put Crafting Journey. Okay, 2023. Oh my gosh. Time flies when you're having fun. But it has all these gorgeous, gorgeous flowers. I just want to take you through a little bit of it. Then has the dates through the whole year. Then it goes through each month. Each month there's some beautiful, beautiful flowers, which I'm just loving. Look at that. And I have plenty of stickers and stuff from this past year. Trust Your Soul. Isn't that beautiful? And they're very vibrant. Look at the vibrant pink in that one. Oh my word. This says the more, what does it say? I can't read upside down. The more grateful I am, the more beauty I see. That's a quote by Mary Davis. Isn't that gorgeous? Okay. I'm looking to, yeah, let's go to September. Move forward with a happy spirit. Like I said, I can't read upside down. Kind words cost nothing. Oh my gosh, look at this one. That's gorgeous. Let's see what they have for December. There may be no thing greater than a life well lived. Yes, I agree. So what I did was I added in my, I added some sticker, this little envelope that has some stickers in it, some bills. And then I add my, oh, yes, you're seeing all my passwords. I have this, let's go past the passwords. Anyway, it's called Password Tracker, and I try to put that in there whenever I can. So I added that in. But look, it's got the gold rings. Oh my gosh, I love the gold rings. Really, really beautiful. So that's the planner for next year. Super excited about that. I used to do planning every morning in this show. I guess I should get back to that. I don't know. What happened this day in history? Let's talk about the Unabomber. Do you remember the Unabomber? So September 19th, 1995, the New York Times and the Washington Post decide that they're going to publish the Unabomber manifesto in the hopes that someone will recognize maybe the handwriting, maybe his style, something about this manifesto that will lead them to the identity of this person who has been terrorizing the mail system for 17 years, sending bombs through the mail, killing 3 people and injuring 23 others. Oh, after reading this manifesto, David Kaczynski says, gosh, man, that looks like my older brother's handwriting. So he calls authority and he rats out his older brother, Ted Kaczynski. And sure enough, Ted Kaczynski turns out to be the Unabomber. So brilliant that they posted, or that they published that manifesto. Great idea. It led to the capture of this guy who had terrorized people for 17 years. This was a guy who was really, really intelligent. He excelled at math. He went to Harvard. He and his brother purchased this piece of property off the grid, and he decided he's going to live off the grid. And from the 1970s until he was caught in 95, he lived off the grid as a recluse. The first bomb was in May of 1978, found in a parking lot by a security guard. When he went to open the package, it exploded and he was injured. That bomb injured 1 person. November of that same year, an American Airlines flight, 12 people were injured from smoke inhalation when one of the Unabomber packages that was in the mail compartment caught fire, and all these people suffer from smoke inhalation. Investigators eventually linked all of these bombings. More of them, they kept occurring sporadically, like I said, over 17 years. So great that they printed that manifesto and finally caught the guy. So that's the Unabomber story for today. Guys, I don't have a whole lot more for you today. I think it's just, my head was going to explode from this weekend. Great weekend of crafts, you guys. I did watercolor painting and crochet. There was also cross stitch, adult coloring, planning, lots of diamond painting, lots of blinging, 3D printing, Crashley, Crafts with Crashley. Oh my gosh. She had her first attempt at blinging out a tumbler. and this thing was gorgeous. So she decided to auction this tumbler off for charity. And I believe at the end, when all was said and done, between the auction and the charity, she raised $915 for her charity, which I'm super proud of her. And the tumbler was gorgeous. She's the last person on the playlist, so if you want to check out how beautiful that tumbler was, make sure you check that out. And in the midst of all this, Crafts with Crashley, Tia's Crazy Craft Addiction, and I decided we are going to do a miniature collab. Now, what is a miniature collab? We're going to put together these little miniature thing. You can put together like a room or a mansion, or, well, I bought a camper, this little teeny miniature camper, and I think Tia's going to do a camper, and I think Crashley's going to do theater. So we're going to have a little collab on Wednesdays. Every now and then you're going to see us working on these miniatures, probably starting in November. So you won't want to miss that. That's it for today, guys. So sorry it's a short one. I will see you tomorrow in Crafting and Crime Daily. Have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you tonight in Disney's Dreamlight Valley.